Doris and Donald married under customary law, witnessed by their families and friends. The ceremony was simple but traditional. They promised to build a life together, rooted in love and hard work. Doris was happy to start her journey as a wife, despite the challenges they faced. The couple struggled financially at first, but they remained determined. They saved every naira, planning to build a small house. Doris contributed through her petty trade, while Donald worked as a teacher. Their shared dream of owning a home kept them united. Doris bore 2 children for Donald, though the journey to motherhood was tough. She suffered several miscarriages, which brought sorrow to their home. Despite this, Donald remained supportive and encouraged her. They both found joy in their children, seeing them as blessings from God. After many years of saving, the couple built a small house. It was modest but filled with love and laughter. Doris and Donald celebrated their achievements, knowing it symbolized their hard work and sacrifices. The house became their safe haven, a place they called home. Life seemed stable for Doris and Donald. Though not wealthy, they were content. Doris focused on raising their children and her petty trading, while Donald continued teaching. Their bond appeared strong, and Doris believed their marriage would last forever. But beneath the surface, secrets were waiting to be uncovered. Unknown to Doris, Donald began an affair with Rosalind, a younger woman. Rosalind worked in the city and frequently visited their town. Donald met her during a community event and was instantly drawn to her charm and beauty. He decided to pursue her secretly. Donald justified his actions by telling himself that he needed an escape. The pressures of family life and financial struggles weighed heavily on him. Rosalind offered him excitement and distraction. Despite knowing it was wrong, Donald continued the affair, keeping it hidden from Doris. Over time, Donald and Rosalind's relationship deepened. They met in secret, often in nearby towns where no one recognized them. Rosalind bore Donald 2 children during their affair. Donald provided for them discreetly, ensuring Doris never discovered his betrayal. Rosalind demanded more from Donald as the years passed. She wanted recognition and security for herself and her children. She pressured Donald to make their relationship official. Donald, torn between guilt and desire, began considering legalizing his union with Rosalind through statutory marriage. Donald rationalized that Doris wouldn't find out. He convinced himself that his customary marriage to Doris allowed him to marry another wife. However, he chose the statutory route to give Rosalind more security. This decision would later create legal and emotional turmoil in his life. Doris first noticed changes in Donald's behavior. He became distant and avoided spending time at home. He often made excuses to leave, claiming work kept him busy. Doris worried but decided to trust him, hoping the phase would pass. One day, Doris overheard a conversation between Donald and a friend. She was stunned to hear him mention Rosalind and their children. Donald spoke openly about his plans to marry Rosalind under statutory law. Doris's heart sank as she realized her husband had been unfaithful. Doris confronted Donald about what she heard. At first, he denied it but later admitted everything. He told her about Rosalind and their children. Donald also revealed he had already married Rosalind under statutory law, leaving Doris feeling betrayed and humiliated. Doris's mind raced with questions. How could Donald betray her after everything they had built together? She thought about their house, their children, and the life they shared. The revelation of the statutory marriage shattered her trust and left her unsure of what to do next. Donald showed no remorse. Instead, he insisted that Rosalind deserved his attention. He hinted that he wanted Doris and their children to leave the house. This suggestion filled Doris with fear and anger. She knew she had to act quickly to protect her family. Doris felt lost after Donald's betrayal. She turned to her family for support. Her elder brother listened carefully and advised her to consult a lawyer. He assured her that the law would protect her rights as a wife under customary marriage. Doris visited a lawyer who specialized in family law. She explained her marriage to Donald, their shared contributions towards building the house, and his recent statutory marriage. The lawyer reassured her that her customary marriage was valid and legally binding under Nigerian law. Doris filed a formal petition in court. She requested that her customary marriage be recognized and sought protection from eviction. She also challenged the validity of Donald's statutory marriage to Rosalind. Her lawyer assured her that the law was on her side. Donald received a court summons and was furious. He tried to intimidate Doris, accusing her of betrayal. Doris remained calm, focusing on her children's welfare. She knew this battle was not just about her but also about securing their future. The community began to talk about the case. Many people sympathized with Doris, admiring her courage. Others criticized Donald for his actions. The public attention put pressure on Donald, making him realize that his decisions had serious consequences. On the day of hearing the petition, Doris's lawyer, Barrister Sylvester, and all that are in court stood up as the judge entered the courtroom. The court clerk called the case. In the High Court of Justice, Suite number HCT/CV/23/2015, petition between Doris vs. Donald. Barrister Sylvester, my lord, we are ready to proceed. This is a petition for the recognition of my client's customary marriage, a challenge to the validity of the respondent's statutory marriage, and a claim to joint ownership of the matrimonial home. Donald's lawyer, Barrister Okafor, rose. Barrister Okafor, my lord, the respondent is also ready. We shall prove that the house is solely his and that the petitioner lacks the capacity, local standing, to challenge his statutory marriage. Judge, very well. Let the proceedings begin. Counsel for the petitioner, you may call your first witness. Examination in chief of Doris. Barrister Sylvester called Doris as the first witness. She was sworn in, holding a Bible. Barrister Sylvester. State your name and occupation for the court. Doris. My name is Doris, and I am a petty trader. Barrister Sylvester. Doris, how were the traditional marriage rites performed? Yes, my lord. Elders from both families were present, and the customary wine-sharing ceremony took place, and the traditional prayers were said. Barrister Sylvester, is there any other thing you would like to tell me, court? Yes, my lord. When we got married, we started from a rental 1-room and parlor. We are agreed together that we save money from the business I am doing and his teaching job. We did, and we built this 3-bedroom house, 1 room for him, 1 for me, and the remaining 1 for our children. I have receipts of the things I bought through my contribution towards the building of our house. And I have given all to my lawyer. Barrister Sylvester, if you see the receipts, will you recognize them? Yes, I will. Sylvester, through the clerk, gave her the receipts to confirm. Doris, yes, these are the receipts. Barrister Sylvester. My lord, may I humbly tender these receipts in evidence as exhibits. Judge, any objections? Barrister Okafor, no objections. Judge, all the receipts tendered in evidence are hereby admitted and marked as Exhibits B1 to B15. As his lordship pleases. Barrister Sylvester, that is all for PW1. Barrister Okafor stood up and cross-examined PW1. Yes, my lord, I am ready, his tone sharp. Madam Doris, did you contribute financially to the construction of the house in question? Doris, yes. I contributed from the money I got in my trade and also physically assisted during construction. Barrister Okafor. Do you have bank statements or documents to prove these contributions? Doris, no, but I have receipts for building materials I purchased. Barrister Okafor, you claim the house was jointly built. Who owns the land on which the house stands? Doris, it is family land belonging to Donald's lineage. Barrister Okafor, then, madam, is it not correct to say that the house is solely the respondent's property? Barrister Sylvester interrupted, objection, my lord. Counsel is misleading the witness. Ownership of land does not negate joint ownership of the property built upon it. Judge, objection sustained. Proceed, counsel. Barrister Okafor, that is all for the witness. Barrister Sylvester, my lord, we have a second witness in the person of James Aduk. Judge, call your witness. Barrister Sylvester, tell this court your name, occupation, where you live and age. My name is James Aduk, I am a carpenter living at Aduk village, I am 50 years old. Do you know the parties in this case? James, yes, I do. We live at the same village, it is now a town. Barrister Sylvester, is that all you know about them? James, I witnessed their marriage as an elder brother to the petitioner, Amoka. What did you witness during the wedding? I was present when the bride price was paid by our family and the husband's family collected the bride price. How much was the bride price? James, it was 10,000 naira at that time. Barrister Sylvester, any other thing you want to tell the court? James, no, except the family tried to settle the matter but Mr. Donald insists that Amoka must leave his house. Sylvester, my lord, that is all for the witness. Judge, cross-examination. Barrister Okafor. No cross-examination, my lord. Judge, the witness is hereby discharged. Any other witness? Barrister Sylvester, no my lord, that is the case of the plaintiff. Judge, the defense may commence. Barrister Okafor, yes my lord, our DW1 is the defendant himself. Mr. Donald sworn by the Holy Bible to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. Barrister Okafor. Mr. Donald, tell the court your name, occupation, and state your relationship with the petitioner. Donald, my name is Donald Obu, I am a teacher by profession. She is my first wife. We married under customary law. Barrister Okafor. Did she contribute to the construction of the house? Donald. No, my lord. I built it entirely with my salary as a teacher. Do you have anything to show that you built the house entirely with your money? Donald, yes, I have statements of my withdrawals from my bank during the period of building the house. Barrister Okafor presented Exhibit C, a series of bank statements showing withdrawals during the construction period. Barrister Okafor, my lord, we hereby tender these documents as evidence that the respondent financed the house alone. Objection, my lord. Barrister Sylvester interjected. Statements of withdrawals from bank does not indicate that it was meant for the construction of the house. It could be for other purposes. Judge, objection is overruled. Exhibit C is admitted. Barrister Okafor continued. How many wives have you? Donald, I have 2 wives. Okafor, that is all for the witness. Cross-examination of Donald. Barrister Sylvester. Donald, you admit you are married to the petitioner under customary law. Donald, yes. Barrister Sylvester. Is it true that you married Rosalind under statutory law while still married to Doris? Donald hesitated. Yes, but I believed I could because it was a different type of marriage and I can marry as many wives as I can under our custom. Barrister Sylvester. Are you aware that under the Marriage Act, it is illegal to contract a statutory marriage while bound by a subsisting customary marriage? Donald, I am not aware. Barrister Sylvester. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. My lord, this is a clear violation of the Marriage Act. Summary of counsel submissions in court. Barrister Sylvester. My lord, the evidence is clear. The petitioner's customary marriage is valid, making the respondent's statutory marriage null and void. See Section 47 of the Marriage Act. Furthermore, the petitioner contributed significantly to the construction of their home and must be recognized as a co-owner. Barrister Okafor. My lord, the land belongs to my client's family. The petitioner's contributions were minimal, and the law does not recognize joint ownership in such circumstances without proper documentation. Judge, this case is hereby adjourned for judgment. On the day of the judgment, the case is called. The judge. Counsel, the court will now deliver its judgment. Judge, after careful evaluation of all the evidence presented before this honorable court, this court finds as follows. 1. The customary marriage between Doris and Donald is valid and subsisting. 2. The statutory marriage to Rosalind is declared null and void for violating the Marriage Act. 3. The petitioner is entitled to co-ownership of the matrimonial home based on her financial contributions and the welfare of the children. The court orders that the respondent provide for the petitioner and her children and grants them the right to remain in the house. This is the judgment of the court. Doris left the courtroom with tears of relief, holding her children close. Justice had been served. The community buzzed with the news of the judgment, and Doris became a symbol of resilience. We hope you enjoyed the story. Stay informed, stay empowered. Subscribe to Legal Guide TV stories for real-life legal scenarios that educate and inspire. Don't forget to like, share, and join the conversation in the comments below.